everybody. How's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm Mike, and I have toys. I got some toys today that I've posted about on pretty much every social media that I'm on. But we got a bunch of people here. Thanks for hanging out for those 5 minutes. Sometimes things pop up right when you're supposed to go live, and you throw a 5-minute video up that I made just to give me a little extra time, so it's still kind of on time. You know, people were just waiting, like, when's this gonna start? You kind of have a better idea. But we got Ionicus here. How's it going? Transformers Talk Raw, one of my other favorite podcasts, where he does a bunch of little great Transformers informative videos. You know, check those out. They're pretty good. Ionicus also does a lot of great reviews and food reviews, which I really like of his. Tom is here. How's it going, Tom? The cake is not a lie. The cake is the only thing I'll eat because I'm not a fan of pie, and that's all I got. If you don't have cake, like, what do you have? I just refuse to believe the cake is a lie. The Darth Xander is also here. How's it going? We got TK6287. How you doing, buddy? He's a great guy. We also have Shattered. How's it going, Sean? How you doing there? We got Profit Director. What's up? Thank you for loving my channel. My channel loves you back. So thank you very much. Linda is also here. Hi, Linda. How you doing? We also have a ton of other people here. If you want to talk and say hi, I'll try to post you up and whatnot. But what I have, let me switch the old camera over here. Boom. What I have here are some Black Series figures that I want to open them up, but I figured, like, maybe you guys want to see them opened up. I don't know how many of these I'm going to get to review, and I keep saying that every time new figures come out. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll review them, and then I just never get around to reviewing most of them because life gets in the way, and it's a big old thing going on. Right now, I've got a G.I. Joe video I'm working on, so I'm not even working on a Black Series video right now, although I have 2 scripts written. I just have to record them. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on. But I am going to be opening these up. So I don't want to beat around the bush too much. We're gonna get started here. Pete McD, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out. Darth ended up finding Nayland Chelan instruments for $20, so you got 5 figurines coming in a week. That's great. Oops, I got Darth Vader down here. I have a Darth Vader here for reasons, because, you know, with a new Vader, I kind of want to compare him to old Vaders, and he's does not want to stand. There we go. Matt, you don't have to do that, buddy. You don't have to do that, but thank you very much. There we go. Don't stay right there. Cheating on Black Series with classified Chris Hill. Yes, I am. I definitely am. Ionicus got his classified Crocmaster in. Love Crocmaster. Love it. Profit Director Preorder 2 of each band member. So I have 7 band members on Preorder. This is my first one. I have 3 more already bought from Big Bad Toy Store because they were in stock. And I just had to ship those out. So those are coming. I've got 2 more on order from Hasbro Pulse. And then I've got 1 more. I've got 1 Nayland Cheel coming because you only need 1 Nayland Cheel. I don't know if anyone knows that, but you don't need to pre-order multiple Nayland Cheels. The one will do because he has all the necessary hands for 2 other figures and instruments for 2 other figures, and those figures can just be figuring, which is cheaper, so you don't have to kill your wallet as much buying a bunch of Nayland Cheels. So I'm gonna have 7 in total. And what I'm hoping to do is when the real the selfie series comes out, I'm hoping to get one of those and pop my head onto one of these bodies and put myself in as like the 8th band member is what I'm hoping to do, because I'm an instrumentist. I'm a musician. I play the saxophone and I love to sing. So I kind of want to be part of the band, because I know, like, I think canonically there's 7, but in EU there's 8 members of the band. So yeah. Anyways, I think Brian asked me a question. Is the Joe video going to be on the new Officer, Storm Shadow, and Spirit? The new video is inspired by those 3 figures, but it's not necessarily just on those 3 figures. It's going to be on the line in general, because I haven't done a video about the classified series since 2020, when I reviewed the Snake Eyes video, like the preview 00 Snake Eyes video. So I kind of just wanted like an update on my thoughts on the line, kind of reasoning why now is the best time to get into the line, and then also my favorite and least favorite figures from the line, and favorite figures that I'm looking forward to coming out. It's kind of like a all-encompassing kind of video. Yeah, dude, I haven't shaved my beard totally since 2013. That was the last time I went clean shaven. But every time you do it after having a beard, it feels weird. Let's see. The Bravo director says he has already made my head a bunch of times. Yeah. Because you're the Destro there. Private Director Destro is one of my favorite figures from the line, for sure. So I'm not sure about that, Jay. Do I think the Selfie series will give us accurate beards or removable glasses? I don't think they're going to do glasses. I have glasses from, I think, the Beast figure that I'm using for, because I have a figure. Where is it? Here it is. One of my subscribers made this figure for me. The head is a wrestler. The body is a hopper from Stranger Things. The saxophone, which is what I play, is from the Ninja Turtles line, and the glasses are from the Beast line. So I'm hoping that this will work. I don't know about the beards, but I'm really hoping that the beards work really, really well with Selfie series, but I haven't seen anything either way. Oops. Well, that worked out. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen anything either way, but I'm really hoping we get some good stuff. I'm finally also, Stumbler's here, I'm finally also going to be using my helmet that he sent me a long, long time ago for doing a G.I. Joe review. So again, that's coming out. I was going to film it today, and then this wave of figures came in, so I'm doing this instead. This is the 5th Brother wave. My Creole is also on the way. It should be here on Wednesday according to the shipping date. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into these. I might have to turn my light on here because the sun's setting. But we'll see. Let me know if it gets too dark. But I'm opening up these in numerical order. I don't know why. I'm weird like that. But this is the lowest number, not numerical in total, but by series. So we're starting with A New Hope. This is number 4 in New Hope. So he comes with a couple different instruments here. I'm only going to take one instrument out because I don't want a bunch of loose instruments hanging out. I think this is the clue horn, which is Figure and Dan's actual instrument of choice. I looked these up, what all these instruments were at one point recently to do for my podcast, which just posted a new video or episode today, by the way. So if you're looking in for some nerds talking about some Star Wars stuff for about 2 hours, the latest episode of Black Series Cantina is everywhere you can listen to podcasts. So if you want to go listen to that, it's a good listen. Sean, Shattered still here. Sean was on the episode, and we go over our new merch that he made us. He also made me some Mike Case merch, so I'm gonna have some shirts popping up here soon. I'll post about those, but they're gonna be pretty good shirts. But the Black Series Cantina shirts are mwah! Especially love the Rancor shirt. If you haven't seen it, it's on the Black Series Cantina It's on the Black Series Cantina not Instagram. Oh, it's on the Instagram too, but that's not the Black Series Cantina Instagram. It's Zach's Instagram, my co-host. He has the Star Wars Black Series Instagram handle. But on, was it TBS Cantina is our Twitter. That's where we posted a bunch of stuff here. So one of the things I think I've seen is that one of the new, I guess, sort of updates that we've gotten in this level is we have ball joint. We've got ball joint hands to give us, better movement. So you can get kind of more accurate hand holding. Got more options there. So we're going to pop this on. Jigga 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 jigga. That's the Cantina Band song number 2. It has an official name. I think it's the Dune Sea Rhapsody or something like that. So yeah, that's we got Figure and Dan right there. Other than that, we got normal Black Series articulation here. We got thigh swivels. We have the single jointed new knees, which I didn't like at first, but I like now because I think they look better. I think they look better visually, and this guy's not doing any crazy poses. And even if he were, I still think it doesn't hinder the pose enough to really matter. We have some decent shoulders, decent arms. Like I said, the new kind of hands. I like the way they're molded here with some of the fingers up to make it look like he's fingering, which I like. That sounded more sexual than I wanted, but that's what it is. It's called fingering. You're gonna catch a copyright strike coming. I'll try to be careful. I'll try to do it a little more off key, I guess. I have to, when I do it for the podcast, I have to change. I have to put some modifiers on it so it's like not obviously that. Jim Mason's here. How's it going, Jim? Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Shattered's here. Yeah, Tom, I know what kind of music that the Cantina Band plays. They're jizz players. They're actually jizz wailers, if you wanna be exact about it. They're wailing that jizz all the way around. Yeah, that's terrible. I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. The Lucas Trooper's beard does look pretty good. So, and you know what? What's interesting is this isn't a team that's just it's not a team that's just Star Wars or just Marvel Legends or just it's kind of a collaboration of all of them. And some of the other figures in the line have great beards. Let me go get one. So for instance, this roadblock right here, this is pretty much my beard. Like the beard that this roadblock has from the classified Cobra Island line, this is my beard right here. So if they could do something like this in the Selfie series line, like that's what I want for me. I think that would be great. Put that down there. So that's one figure down. I'm not going to be going super late now. I told my wife that I was only going to be going for about an hour. I saw Jim Mason here. Jose Gonzalez is here. Actually canceled the whole way from Amazon except for Leia, which they sent already in hopes of Hasbro sale in the future because lately I've been so much stock on sales sooner than later. Yeah, you can do that. The problem is, sometimes you don't know what figure is going to be like that. Ooh, crazy! Everyone sold out figure. You can have a Lando that no one ever sees, or that are everywhere, or you can have like a Cad Bane or whatever that's never on shelves because as soon as people see them, they snatch them up. So it's pretty tough sometimes. But more power to you if that's the way you're gonna play it. I get it. Sid Vicious, how's it going? Selfie Sig, they already ready to go. Don't have a beard, so I'm good. Yeah, lucky. You look like Will Ferrell's brother, so you get an elf figure and call it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you've got people like it's like Dan Larson already has a figure basically from Hasbro because their Mr. Fantastic figure just looks like Dan Larson. For me, that wrestler, I'm just a chubby white bald guy with a big beard. So any chubby white bald guy with a big beard is gonna look enough like me to be a toy. So that wrestler, I don't know his name because I don't follow wrestling, but he's chubby white bald guy with a big beard. It works. So finger and Danny, I said that. That's funny. Yeah, I know the blade's sticking out. I promise I'll be careful. David Smith, how's it going? Yeah, people with their inboxes, they don't have to worry about buying multiples of these for sure. Oh, that's another one. Yeah, the Red Guardian is a great figure with a huge beard. So for sure, absolutely. Braun Strowman, and the wrestler that I have my face sculpt from is called Eric. That's a cool Eric. It's just Eric. It's not a very good wrestling name, Eric. Cobb Vanth, I got a little while ago. He is a fantastic figure. The head sculpt is nice. He looks great. It's tough paying $30 for just like, come on, like a normal figure, but he's a good figure. He's a good figure. Like he's kind of worth $30 to me, because that's how much it costs. Oh, let's go ahead. Let's pop open Leia here because she's Return of the Jedi number 9. It's kind of weird that we're already up to number 9 in Return of the Jedi. Next year is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I have a feeling we're going to see a couple of these Return of the Jedi figures again in the inevitable 40th anniversary repack. Oh, hey, what's going on? There you go. They do it every time. They've done it for the last 2 40th anniversaries. With the 40th anniversary of New Hope, we got a line of figures there. We always get 1 or 2 new figures, but the rest is all repacks, which I'm okay with because it's a great way for people that kind of joined late to get into these, or there are people that just love the retro card looks, and I don't buy them all. I think it's neat for the people that do buy it. Like that's the thing. People feel I don't know. There's people out there that feel like they have to buy everything that Hasbro releases, and that's weird. And that's not Hasbro's fault. That's not Hasbro's fault that you're like I have to buy them all, and I'm mad at Hasbro for continuously repacking things. Like just don't buy it. It's not that big of a deal. And the thing is, it's not like they're releasing that and not something else, because every year we get about the same amount of new figures. Somewhere between 13 and 20 new figures every year. Since, with the exception of 2013, because the line started halfway through that year, 2014, 2015, 2016, we've always had about 13 to 15, or 13 to 20 new figures every year. That's a wide range, but that's like the gamut that it's run so far. So we're not getting fewer figures because they're doing a lot of repacks and remolds. They're just releasing a lot more figures. I run a spreadsheet for figures that come out every year. Right now, I think my list is at 80 figures for figures that have either come out this year or been announced this year. And about 13 of them are brand new molds. The rest are repaints and re-releases, yes, but it's still a lot. It's still a lot of figures. So I know it feels like it's not because it's a lot more diluted than it used to be, but the actual number is the same. So I'm okay with that. As long as that stays the same, I'm okay with that. But this figure looks great. Look at her. I have wanted this figure for a while. This has been on my list of. It's not my number 1 wanted Leia list figure. That is Bespin. As soon as we get Bespin Leia, I'm good. I honestly don't think there's any more original trilogy Leias to really get. I also get, what do you give this Leia? She never did anything in the movie dressed like this. She was just hanging out in the Ewok village. She didn't use the spear. She didn't use this blaster. So I'm kind of glad they gave her something rather than nothing, you know. But this is a good figure. It's a great likeness of Carrie Fisher too, especially from Return of the Jedi, because she looked a little different in Return of the Jedi than she did in Empire Strikes Back or A New Hope. Like her facial structure was a little different. I feel like it was a little longer, a little more gaunt, and that is because, from what I understand, the cocaine use. that's what from what I understand. Also, she lost a lot of weight to look good in that bikini. I think that was also kind of something she was doing. So she was less. She was a little thinner in Return of the Jedi than she was in Empire and A New Hope, and that shows a lot in her face. So it's a different sculpt, and it looks great. The hair is fantastic. Obviously, it's gonna hinder the movement a little bit, but not really. It's actually kind of it's a nice soft rubber. We get a decent amount of movement here. This is gonna hinder the legs, but also I don't know if I would have preferred this to be soft goods or not. That's one of those. This is one of those iffy things. Like there wouldn't have been as many folds and stuff if it were soft goods. And at this scale, I think I still kind of prefer detail over realistic cloth in something like this. she was higher on the booger sugar. Yeah, 100%. I'm also very much looking forward to the upcoming Marvel Leia. I think that looks like a fantastic Leia. The Double Vader is a bummer. I'm going to get to it, and I've got the other two Vaders to kind of compare them to. But at the same time, I'm going to sell my Vader to someone else, or I usually keep, for me personally, I keep my extras to give away on the channel, things like that. So for sure. Yeah, this is a fantastic Leia for sure. Art G, how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm really hoping in next year in 2023 we get some more Ewoks for sure. We need more Ewoks. I'm hoping like if they do Poplu I haven't opened my Heroes of Endor set because I like the way it looks in box. Like the little packages, like the little ways they kind of put everything in. So I haven't opened it to get Poplu out. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they release Poplu on a card, like the 40th anniversary card, so that I can just snag a Poplu at retail. I'm not assuming he'll come with speeder bike. I'm okay with that. But for sure, we need Chirpa, we need Wicket, we need Low Gray, we need all those guys. So absolutely. Yeah, I know it's really weird, Paul. Like there are definitely moments where soft goods is the better way to do it, and there's definitely moments where soft goods isn't the better way to do it. I think it always works out best when they kind of mix them, like Chirrut Inway or Darth Revan, where they have a mixture between soft goods and kind of the rubber, kind of material to give it that detail, but also soft goods go into it. I think that's really where they do a good job is when they mix them together. I definitely want them to do an episode 1 Amidala. That red dress with the you're spot on right there, Jim. Absolutely. Cool. Let's get into the next figure here. So that's Leia. We're gonna leave these right here. Next, we're gonna do the New Republic security droid. Now I have another one of these on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store as well. Just because I don't usually army build, but being a security droid, it's really weird just to have one, And I kind of I dig droids. I think droids are kind of cool. So I did place a pre-order for. Oh, actually, just order because it was out. He's kind of got a rival legs right now, trying to get this out of here because they bend forward. I guess. Let's get this out of here. I don't know if you got that. I don't know if you've seen that was a Charlie Sheen movie, Arrival, where the aliens were disguised as humans and trying to raise the temperature. They were causing global warming to raise the temperature on Earth to terraform it. So, and you could always tell when someone was an alien because their legs would kind of to go back like this, and they'd like run off. Anyways, yeah. So this, a lot of people thought this was going to be just kind of a redo of K2SO, but it's not. It's a brand new figure. He's got really good articulation. We got a nice, a good kind of torso swivel right there. Lots of movement. This, we got an extra piece here on the shoulders. So that's that's separate from the shoulder there. Yeah, the new ones coming out, the HK-47 and all that stuff. Definitely looking forward to all those. Absolutely, I'm right there with you, man. Give me some more droids and more aliens. Is what we're really kind of missing here. This guy is gonna look great on the shelf right next to like Q was it Q9, the one from the bounty hunter droid. I love droids. I'm looking forward to one Jack. I've got the Forlom. Great figures here. So let's go ahead and pop this gun. Looking forward to the Dark Trooper as well. Definitely looking forward to the Dark Trooper. So we got his blaster in there. Fits well in his hand, which is nice. We got some decent articulation. Definitely can. He's got a little butterfly joint right there. So hey Matt, thanks for hanging out on the stream. It was cool of you to do that. ObiWan Kenobi, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, honestly, I agree. If Amidala lit up, I would pay upwards of $50 for her. I agree with that. If it lit up, if she lit up and she had like premium deco, and they spared no expense, soft goods, all that stuff, it won't happen. But if it did, Hasbro, for some reason you're watching my live stream right now. If Eric's out there, just bored at home, kind of watching a random Black Series channel live streams, well, first of all, hit me up. I got tons of ideas. But also, that's a great idea. That's not mine, but I'll take it. I'll advocate for it for sure. So yeah, I've got another couple of these guys. Agreed, Chris. The Richard Iowade, fantastic. So that means that we need some kind of droid voiced by Chris O'Dowd somehow, and then we need a figure of 8D8 since Matt Berry voiced him. So definitely looking forward to some IT crowd. Yeah, Tom's on the same boat right there. We need a Chris O'Dowd. The Andor droid isn't very toyetic. He's about as toyetic as which is a weird word. It's hard to say, toyetic. He's about as toyetic as like an R2D2. I don't like that price at all. I think that price is bullshit. Almost $60 for 2 figures. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna buy it. I'm going to. But I'm not advocating anyone else do it. I really like his feet. I'm kind of checking this out. It's one of those things like don't do as I do kind of thing. Like I'm gonna buy it because I'm a completionist. I'm gonna buy it because I want to talk about it. Same thing I did with Black Chrysanthemum. Like I ordered it because I want to be able to talk about it from an in-person perspective. Like I have this, let me show it to you. That's kind of what people like me that do videos like this do, you know? And if I don't buy it and I just sit there and talk about how bad it is, I feel like it's a little disingenuous. Whereas, hey, I bought this, I spent money on it, and we're going to talk about whether you should or shouldn't do it, and if you shouldn't, the reasons why, kind of thing, you know? But yeah, the Andor set, it's bad. Awesome. That's what I do. I don't want to. I was really afraid of coming off as like a shill because I did just get invited. I didn't sign up for it, but Entertainment Earth sent me an invitation to become an affiliate with them. So I did post a link to that, and I don't care if you used it or not. Don't say this. You should use my link. But like, I don't want to become a shill, but I do. People always ask me like, "Hey, where do you get this? How did you get this so soon?" So when I'm saying like, "Hey, I got this from Entertainment Earth," it's not an ad. I don't care if you buy it from Entertainment Earth, but they have them up, and I want people to know that because if you want it now, and you don't have to drive around to try to go to Targets or whatever to try to find them in store where they're popping up, like that's how I did it, you know. So it's always that weird line to toe for being an influencer or whatever, where like I genuinely just want to inform, you know. Look how tall this guy is. Like he's pretty tall. He's not as tall. He's about as tall as. Oh, I should put this on camera. Let me line these up by their feet. He's a little bit taller than our Bith friend here. The Bith Sith. Yeah, it does look a little Blade Runner-y, doesn't it? That's true. Joe P's spot on. The Lucasfilm tax is getting out of hand, and that is one of the bigger problems. Is the Star Wars license costs more money than like the Marvel license, and obviously with things like GI Joe, Hasbro owns those properties. They don't have to pay a license to anything; it's their property, so they can do more with it. They don't have to work that licensing cost into the budget of their figures. So for sure. Well, the thing is, yeah, I agree. He's not a great Black chrysanthemum, but genuinely, if all we had was the comics to go on, he would not be that bad. He would not be as bad at. But we have the Black chrysanthemum from Book of Boba Fett, and that really kind of screwed Hasbro over with that figure because I'm firmly in the camp that Hasbro did not know that he was coming out in Book of Boba Fett. Or if they did, they didn't have any pictures or anything to go off what he looked like. Because it seems like Lucasfilm didn't tell anyone about what was happening with Book of Boba Fett or season 2 of The Mandalorian. Because even with Hot Toys, like they're just now putting out stuff from Book of Boba Fett and season 2. Like they didn't have stuff right when the show came out. Everyone's kind of scrambling to make the stuff afterwards. You know. So I'm as many mistakes, and I'm right there. Like Hasbro's done some really dumb things, and they've made some bad decisions. I genuinely think that Black Chrysanthemum, all they had to go off was the comics. And honestly, with the comics, with different artists drawing them different ways, a painted Black Chewbacca kind of makes sense. And I saw Black Chrysanthemum in person. And he doesn't look as bad as he did in those product shots. He really doesn't. But it's still not great, and it looks nothing like what we got in the TV show. And obviously, the TV show is what we all want. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, at some point, Hasbro will give us a proper new mold Book of Boba Fett Black Chrysanthemum. And they really, really should. But yeah, that's a problem. Logan Scott, how's it going? For sure. Sergeant Creole's coming from just this week, actually. I'm very much looking forward to it. Yeah, my Creole's coming. Very much looking forward to it. You know, and that's another one people are joking about. Like, oh, it'll just be a stormtrooper with a lightsaber. And in essence, that's what he is. He's just a stormtrooper with a lightsaber. But they did a good job of adding stuff to him to make him not just a stormtrooper with a lightsaber. All the different, like the shoulder pauldron and all the little add-ons to his shoulders and stuff like that they put on there. And the lightsaber looks great. Let's be honest there. The lightsaber looks, I'm very much looking forward to getting that Creole. Let's move on to the next figure. So those are the non-Obi-Wan Kenobi figures. So now we're going to pop in. This is number 1 in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't think I talked about this. This is number 23 in The Mandalorian. We've had 23 figures come out in The Mandalorian. That's crazy. Oops. Logan Scott says, is it completely narcissistic to desperately want a selfie fig? No, absolutely not. Getting a figure of myself has been a dream. Not a dream. I would say a dream. Yeah, it's been a dream of mine for a while. You know, it's just kind of neat when you're a toy collector to have a toy of you. And someone made me one. I have little Mike over there, but definitely, I think for any toy collector, it's gonna be fun to have a toy of them. And yeah, the $60 price is a lot, but the way I look at it is, if I had someone sculpt me or 3D print me a face and then paint it, that would probably cost about $60 just by itself. And it might not look as good, you know? Well, and I don't know how good these are gonna look. It's really tough. I haven't been super impressed with how they look in what they showed off. But you know, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna do it, at least one. Just to, because there's so many different things I can do with a head. You're paying $60 for the head is really what you're paying $60 for. And I think that's fine. What's on Joe Mind? How's it going? The singing cats are, I mean, they're not here right now. It's just, that's what it is. Save little Mike for the OnlyFans. That's funny. And if anyone is on Twitch, or if anyone on YouTube is wondering if they don't see comments that I'm popping up like this, it's because I'm live right now on both Twitch and YouTube. So feel free to watch me both places. I see all the chat for everything. It doesn't make any difference to me. Which one you prefer? I want to be on both, to capture all of that stuff for whichever one that you want to be on. So this is ObiWan Kenobi, The Wandering Jedi. It was the first ObiWan Kenobi announced for the new show, and the lightsaber hilt just came out of the tray without the lightsaber. So that's neat. I'm going to have to pop that open, and I'm going to be real careful here with Lola. It's a little weird that he comes with Lola, but I'm not super complaining about it because I'm glad to have a Lola, but I would have obviously preferred to have like a little Leia come with Lola. That makes sense, a little more sense to me. And the little buzzsaw that he comes with, there we go, or she comes with. These are tiny accessories. I don't know if you can see them here, but we have the buzzsaw and then a little stand to come with them. I got to get that hilt that fell on the ground. There we go. Get this going. And so obviously ObiWan Kenobi's #1 in the line here. It says what? ObiWan Kenobi is set years after the dramatic events of Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, where Kenobi faced the corruption of his friend and Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker turned Sith Lord Darth Vader. So it's not, I mean, I guess that's about the Kenobi show, but it's a little more generic than I thought. But I guess what else can they really do? I like, this is a good robe. I'll give them that. This is a pretty good robe. Like it's got a good feel to it. It's got a lot of stitching in it. Got a little notification there. All right. So we got let's take that robe off here just to do it. Now, soft good cloaks and robes, 100%. This is what I want to see more in the line. I want to see more of this stuff. Landspeeder Luke, how's it going? Welcome to the party, pal. Let me let's see. I'll make you Twitch sexy, Mike. Thanks, Paul. Super nice of you. Marketing strategy of putting release dates out way out is working. I'm stunned you're opening Wandering Jedi himself right now. Yeah, obviously, absolutely. I agree with that. Rolando Flores, how's it going? All right, so I'm caught up on chat there. So yeah, let's see here. One of the things I wanted to look at, yeah. So let me turn my light on here. Oh, all right, that's bright. Maybe a little too bright. Yeah, a little too rough. Let me turn that down here. All right. I want brighter, but I don't want that bright. There we go. So these hands, these are gloves, but they're painted skin tone. Let me zoom in here. Let me focus in here. Focus. All right. You see these hands? These are unpainted glove hands, and that's kind of annoying. that they couldn't just either paint it or give us hands that aren't gloved, because they got them. They got them. That's a bummer. That's kind of dumb. Where did my camera controls go? There we go. Let's turn autofocus back on here. All right. So I'm kind of jumbling around like 20 different windows here, trying to get everything. Passed on this Kenobi for the Jabim Kenobi. Yeah, that's, for me, the Tibetan Station Kenobi is going to be my favorite Kenobi, I think, because I just dig that look. But I 100% get that. I don't think there's 3 Kenobis they announced from the Kenobi series. And I think the Jabim one's probably going to be the most sought after and popular one, because that is the one that he fights Darth Vader in. So 100%. Does this head look like it might be? I don't think the head, you'll have to modify it, because this is the new neck and the old Kenobi uses the older neck style. So I believe the ball joint will be bigger. You'll have to heat this head up to get it off, and you'll probably have to maybe Dremel out the bottom of the old head of this head to fit on the ball socket on the archive Kenobi. So that's my answer to that, is you'll have to work on it. I don't think it'll fit naturally. Yes, I'm going to 100% compare Darth Vader. He's next. So I'm definitely going to do that for sure. Looks like Kenobi and Doctor Strange mixed together a little bit, kind of. Jacob Guerrero, thank you. Glad you like my videos. Well, Ben's got a case of arthritis. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's definitely lazy. Dave, I also prefer the blue outfit as well. Yeah, the Clone Armor Kenobi, and that's the same head that came with the Clone Wars Kenobi that was Target exclusive. They have the exact same head. That's the best Kenobi head made so far, hands down, not even a question. So let's see what we got here. The blaster obviously will fit in his holster here, and it is weird that Kenobi comes with a blaster, but he did have one in the show. He used it a couple times because he was trying to keep on the DL there. So we have the blaster, fits there. I think I tucked in. Yeah, there's a little like clasp that goes over it. I hate these clasps because they never really work right. I feel like they never peg in right. But that one actually does. That one works pretty well. So we have the blaster in there, and that'll probably stay there. We also can pop in the hilt of the saber right there on the side, so you can keep on the DL, put this cloak on, and then you can't even see that he's got the weapons on. So that's nice. But let's get him in a fun kind of pose here. Let's so he's got some shoulder butterfly joints here. We got some decent elbow articulation because of the these deeper cuts on the elbow there. Craig, I do keep my boxes. I keep them just in case I'm gonna move. So we can, as you can see here, we can line the hands up pretty well for a two-handed pose, which is what I'm gonna do right here. So let's get them into kind of a fun pose. Let's get kind of. There we go. Yeah, it's not my best pose, but let's see if we can. See if we can come up with something a little better than that. I get the elbows out, and we can kind of get kind of like a batting pose there. There we go. It's a little better. I'll have to work on it a little bit, but that's decent. Let's move back there. Let's take a look at Lola. Lola, Lola, Lola. So it's just a little droid right here. We got some ball joints on these little wings right there. They don't close, it looks like, but they do move, which is good. And then we have the little legs right here. And if you don't want the legs, which I think I'm going to pop the legs off of mine right there. It's a little ball joint. It does come with a little flight stand, and I prefer that because that's kind of how Lola was for most of the show. Now, I'm really worried about this flight stand because it's pretty thin plastic. So I don't want to break it, trying to pop that ball joint in. And it looks like there's a little C-clip right here that you can clip this onto something, which is actually pretty cool. We just talked about Spaceballs on the most recent episode of Black Series Cantina. Oh, look at that! We got a bot. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm also glad he did his trademark blade up face pose in Darth Vader. I think they did a really good job with that last little Vader Kenobi fight. And then of course comes a little buzzsaw that Lola does use a couple times in the show. So honestly, this is a great figure, and really, I think if you liked the Obi-Wan show, this is the reason to buy this Obi-Wan, because Lola does not come with the other Obi-Wan figures. So that's the way to do it there. But let's move on. Let's move on to the man himself. We got Darth Vader right here. So this is number 2 in the line. It says Obi-Wan Kenobi is set. Yes, the exact same text as the Obi-Wan. So that's not interesting at all. I'm really curious to see how different this Darth Vader is between the Empire Strikes Back one and the A New Hope one, which I have both of off screen right here. So we're going to do a little comparison. Evening, Brent. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Let's, there we go. Let's get this saber out here. Put that back on. All right, so let's see. We got the cape coming out pretty far. We got. See, I feel like this elbow needs to be a little deeper of a cut. It's got the same not ball joint, shoulder butterfly joint. That's what I meant to say. Honestly, it's just kind of feels like the Empire Strikes Back Vader, but with I think a different helmet and a different chest plate to match the show. I really wish, and I know they couldn't. If they did it, they couldn't have shown it off until Kenobi ended. And I don't even know if Hasbro knew this was going to happen, but we really need a Vader with the cut right here, like they did with Phasma in the line, with a Hayden Christensen Anakin underneath there. That's a must. It's a must-have Vader. They really should do that. But you know, I'm kind of glad they're doing a Vader because I feel like there are a couple figures that should always be kind of evergreen available. For instance, in the original not Black Series, in the original 3 3/4 inch line back in the 70s and 80s, there are a couple figures that they basically always had out, no matter what. There was always a Chewbacca that you could buy on shelves. There was always a Darth Vader that you could buy on shelves because those two characters were, for the most part, especially when you're comparing older toys, they were always available. They were in every movie at the time, and they people always wanted them. You know, it's not like, oh, sorry, Chewbacca was from Star Wars and we're in Empire Strikes Back, so no Chewbacca for you, kid, little Timmy, whatever. So I you know, I don't mind it when they do things like this. But no, this actually looks pretty much exactly the same as the A New Hope Vader. Like even the chest is the same for the most part. In fact, I don't think I could tell you which one was which. In fact, I was wrong. This is the Empire Strikes Back. This one definitely has butterfly shoulder joints. This is the Empire Strikes Back one. And it definitely has a different like chest plate and stuff. But this Vader is just 100% the A New Hope Darth Vader. Excuse me. Here we go. They're the same Vader. They're the exact same Darth Vader. But this one has the robes underneath the chest instead of over the chest like it was there. So no, he does not have the butterfly shoulder joints. No, definitely not. And this one, I'm just checking. This one definitely does. You can see it. I don't know, like you have to kind of get really in there, but you can see the secondary joint in there. Whereas this one, oops, this one there's nothing in there. The eye tint, looks kind of the same to me between the two Vaders. So yeah, it's if you already have a New Hope Vader, you have this Vader already, so you don't have to worry about that. This is probably the Vader I'm going to pose on my shelf in without the lightsaber up. I'll hang that there, and I'll just kind of have him doing that Vader pose like this, you know, with the cloak, the cape. Let's see the difference in cape sizes here. So this is that's the cape there. So the cape looks like it's smaller. Yeah, the cape is definitely a little smaller than the New Hope one. So that's the big difference, is that the cape is smaller. I really wish they gave us some different hands with this. If they gave different hands with this, it would help. Like if we got some closed fist hands with it, like the retro one did. Yeah, come on, get in there. Yeah. So he's gonna be my my no lightsaber one on the shelf. He's probably just gonna hang out like that. And if he had fisty hands, that would be better. So yeah, there you go. Anyone that was curious about the Darth Vader, it is the exact same figure as the A New Hope one. but with a smaller cape. He's got a smaller cape, slightly smaller, not huge smaller. Oh, come on now. But he is missing the butterfly shoulder joints. All right. Well, let's take a look. We got Reva, the third sister here. Let's take a look at that. I really liked her character. She kind of came across as unhinged, which I think was definitely on purpose. Little Anakin Skywalker, which I really enjoyed. I also just dig the aesthetic of the Inquisitors. I agree with one of the big problems people had, especially the last episode, is they kept cutting away from the ObiWan Vader fight to go after to look at Reva chasing down a little boy in the desert, and it's as much as I like her, I'm like, come on, we want to watch Vader. We want to watch Vader and Kenobi. We don't want to watch this. But I wish they could have just not had them intercutting and just had them both playing out the same way. But I'm really hoping, from my understanding, they originally were going to kill her in the show, and they didn't to include her in other future stuff. And I don't mind that. I'm kind of curious to see where she's going to go, but man, right out of the box, got a soft goods cape here. She's a good toy. I can tell already. We got look at that, super deep bend on that elbow. Decent torso. I like the shoulders are soft. We got a good butterfly joint. Definitely a good butterfly joint right there. Kind of normal articulation now. No drop hips or anything, but like normal articulation for that. She comes with her lightsaber blade without it. I kind of wish they'd either given us two different blades, one full circle and one half circle, or made it so half the circle could pop out. It doesn't though. But they did give us two single blades, which I think is how I'm going to be posting mine. Or oh man, because I did like the Vader Reva fight a lot. Maybe I'll have him on my shelf posted with Reva's lightsaber and have him kind of fighting. Yeah, the likeness is really good on her. She looks pretty spot on. She's number 3. Is the back? The back is the same. Basically, they didn't really want to give a lot away, so they wrote a blurb on the back and just made it generic and put it on the back of all of them. It's kind of nice to have. I mean, we basically get 4 lightsaber blades with her. So if you ever wanted some extra lightsaber blades, like red lightsaber blades, this is the figure you want to get, because you get 4 of them with her, and that's a lot. That's a lot of lightsaber blades. The biggest problem with the Kenobi series was the missed opportunity of giving Vader a wacky sidekick. That's kind of what Dr. Aphra was a little bit in the comics for a little while. And that's what made me really like Dr. Aphra. She was like, Vader was like the straight man to Dr. Aphra's like zany. She's like an evil, she's kind of like an evil Indiana Jones, where she's kind of an archaeologist, like getting into wacky situations, zany situations kind of thing. The only thing I don't like about her is there's no way to store the lightsaber. But what I do like about her, especially compared to like the second sister, is because it is just a half circle. It's a lot easier to get her lightsaber in her hand. That's for sure. Because the full circle lightsabers are kind of a bitch to get in the hands. Yeah, exactly. The archaeologist with death bots. That's what Dr. Afra is. It would have been cool to have her in the Kenobi show, but I think at that time in the show, I don't think they were together anymore. Yeah, I'll probably do that too, Money. I'll give Vader both sabers and kind of do the whole Count Dooku situation. I definitely agree with both Chris and Jim. We definitely need an Owen. We definitely need a Baru, especially like the likenesses from ObiWan Kenobi, because they were great. Absolutely great. Yeah, I think you're onto something there, Jim, for sure. So those are that was Reva, however you say it. That's how I say it. And then the last figure, last because he's number 4 in the line here. Now number 5 in the line is is it Tika or is it Tibidon Station Kenobi? I don't know off the top of my head, but we have Fifth Brother here. Fifth Brother was, and it says the same blurb on the back as the other ones. Just the same as the ObiWan Kenobi. So let's pop him open here. Toss that little thing around. I think he's the one I was kind of looking forward to the most because I dig his design. Oh, it kind of looks like I broke his leg there. But it's not broken. It's just how it's bent. The only thing I'm not super keen on with this guy is since he can store the lightsaber on his back, it's got this nasty peg right in the middle. And I mean, you can hide it. It's not the end of the world. I don't know how else they could have done it. Like that's how you do it. You know, you put a peg on, you stick the peg in his back. I mean, it's the easier way to do it, I should say. Definitely a likeness to the show, and obviously not the Rebels, where the Fifth Brother first was. We got some decent arm movement, very good head movement, a lot of great torso movement there. We got some good butterfly joints. Elbow movement kind of sucks a little bit. It's not great. I mean, it's 90 degrees, but it's not as deep as Reva's bend. Hers is great. And then, yeah, so we've got the ability to just pop that right out of the back, which I dig. I like this. This is cool. I wouldn't want them to not do that. Pulse is going to ship this wave in probably next month. I'm pretty like everything's catching up. That's really not going to be the case. I know it's the joke, but Pulse is they're giving out longer estimations for shipping and shipping way sooner because that's the better of the two options. Better than saying, hey, they're going to ship in July, but then you don't get them until next year. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things when you can't really control shipping. I get it, but no, these are. I'm going to bet we'll start seeing Hasbro ship these out either by the end of this month or beginning of August is my guess. So and then you can position the lightsaber so you can't see the peg. Now, the Grand Inquisitor is part of the next wave. So the next wave is going to have... There's a couple figures we don't know what they are yet. But let me... I have it on pre-order from Dorkside Toys. If we want to do anything... Get off the Wi-Fi here. Is that toy down or what? There it is. All right. Star Wars. Let's go to. That's the next wave after that. The only ones we do from that are Tala and Jabim, Obi-Wan. But the next wave, there we go. So the next wave after this one is going to have Magistrate, Grief Karga, the Season 7 Darth Maul, Grand Inquisitor, Aayla Secura, and then a reissue of the Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan. And then there's 3 more figures in there that we don't super know. But yeah, I like this. I like his look. I like his thick old boots right here. He's good. I think my favorite from this wave, oh, that's tough. I'm trying to decide. I think my least favorite is going to be Darth Vader just because he's a figure we already own. Like, he doesn't count. I really like Figrindan. I really like this Obi-Wan. I really like the security droid. So I think I'm going to do... Let's do Figrindan first. Let's do Obi-Wan because I like Lola. 5th brother, 3rd sister, Droid. Oh, maybe Droid here. Then Leia. Then Darth Vader. And again, Darth Vader. Oops, I should do this. I guess it kind of is in the center. This might change. This is just my gut, like off the cuff. Just open these guys. I mean, you watched me open them all. Pop that down there. You watched me open them, or if you didn't, it's because you got here late. I've been opening them for like the last hour 15. This is the order in which I like these, and some of these are interchangeable. Like these 4, I think are all pretty good. I agree. Clone Wars Maul is going to be one of my is definitely my long-awaited one for sure. Looks like TK's heading out. Brian, hey, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna be actually going soon too. I only wanted to go for an hour, and I only wanted to open these up on video on stream so that I can kind of play around with them off stream because I don't want to open them up off camera. You know, I want to show people, and I'm sure people, you know, wanted to watch this. But these 4 right here are basically all tied for number 2. The Cantina band member is my number 1, hands down. Leia is good, but she's like I want her, but like it's like the obvious thing. Like she's a good figure just because she's number, what is this, 5? I guess technically 3 since all of these are tied for 2. She's number 3, but you know she's still good. And then Vader would have been higher had he not been just a re-release of the New Hope Vader. So that's it. Tom, I'm happy that that you could be here for my toy chat. The ankles on your Leia are super loose. Let's see. You know what? They're pretty loose on mine too. They are. No, they really are. I haven't stood any of these up to kind of see how they stand, but the ankles on my Leia are also very loose. So I have, where is it? Where's my key? There it is. Let's go ahead and do this now. I'll do it live on camera. Why not? So I've got a bottle of Kiki fixed loose joint right here. I got this stuff. I think off eBay. It was like $6. You can buy it on Amazon as well. I know you can also use things like floor polish and nail polish for this stuff, but I find, because I've used all those, but I find that Kiki has really just been the best. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna drop her ankle as much as I can, and I'm just gonna kind of get that in. That was too much. That was way too much. And I'm just going to kind of work it around. We're just going to kind of slide it around. We're going to work it around like that. Get it all in there. Now it's white, but it's not going to dry white. It's going to dry clear. So you don't have to worry about having, it looks like glue, but it doesn't dry that way. I promise. I promise. And sometimes it does take a couple applications of this stuff. But I found that this, because of how liquidy and viscous it is, like nail polish is a little thicker. And I'm scared of super glue. But this stuff is liquidy enough to get up all in the crevices. So when you work it in, it really does get in there. So I'm just going to let her sit there. After an hour, it'll be pretty good. But after about 24 hours, it'll be great. Yeah, it's called it's Kiki Fix Loose Joint. That's literally what it's called. Kiki Kiki Fix Loose Joint action figure. Comes in little bottles like this, and I've had this. I bought this in like 2019. I'm still on the same bottle. You know, I've used it a bunch, so it's good stuff. And I'm just gonna stand her up like that, and we'll just we'll let her dry. Cool. Well, that's what I've got. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me on this stream. It really means a lot to me that all of you are here. Had a pretty good turnout, honestly, more than I've had in a while. I can't promise I'll stream every weekend, but when things come up like this, I definitely will try to stream the first weekend of every month like I always do. But I'll do more as things pop up like this. It was cool to hang out with you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Whether you were on YouTube or whether you were on Twitch, which again, I'm in both places. So follow me on Twitch. Hit that follow button. Subscribe if you want to. I don't know. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Hit that like button if you want. It was really cool hanging out. When you get these and you post them to Instagram or whatever, tag me. Let me know. Hit me up. Like I like seeing the stuff. I like seeing when other people get the stuff too, because I'm a nice person for the most part. But yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.